It's Monday, I've got the purple jumper on, it is time for another Ramble vlog. Welcome, once again. So, first things first, I wanted to speak about a picture intro I'm going to be adding to my videos. So basically what that means is you guys are going to send in pictures from, from your car, your actual car, if you've got one. I don't have one. You can send me your car if you want. No. You can send pictures from games, your artwork, that sort of thing. Basically, put it into a forum post that I'm going to link down below. You can submit your picture in there. And then I'll basically upload it to my website where you can find it. And I'll also put it at the beginning of a video so people can see your artwork and stuff. I think that's a cool way to showcase your artwork. And I'll obviously link it down below as well to your post on the forum. So that will be an awesome thing to do with the forum, I think. So I'm going to be getting a new graphics card, which will be awesome because it is in time for the cruise beta. Should be next week, but the problem is here, it's going to cut into my cost of being able to get all the games later this year. So I doubt I'll be able to get all the games I want, but some of them, like Drive Club for example, I can play the PS Plus version for a bit, and then obviously we've got games like Project Cars, which I'm happy to kind of wait a bit for if I can't get day one, or I'll actually be able to get it a little bit cheaper on the PC as well, so that'll be something pretty cool. So there's that, but yeah, it's going to cut into my budget of games this year, so might not be able to get the games that I really want. If I need to get, Horizon 2 and The Crew. I've got to get those games, obviously, but, it might cut into the, say, Far Cry games out of the category, but, yeah, I'll have to do that because I'm getting a graphics card. Gamescom starts today, I believe. Oh yeah, at 6 PM, where we get to watch Call of Duty's multiplayer revealed. How fantastic, how fascinating, how amazing. Let's see people run around a map, call people trick shot and do the no scopes and the 420 blazing and all the 12-year-olds screaming again, and it's COD. But at Gamescom isn't just COD, thankfully. Thank God. Why would it be an event if it was just COD? So tomorrow we've got Sony's press conference and a Microsoft press conference comes a day after, I believe, and we'll get a lot of games to updates on games and possibly a demo for Horizon 2. So I'll be sure to try and get that and play some of that for you if it's coming out anytime soon. And obviously we get some news with Drive Club, maybe The Crew, anything really. Anything can happen at Gamescom, just like E3, but a bit smaller. So fingers crossed, we'll have something awesome. Talking about these types of events brought me to Eurogamer. Eurogamer, I'm not going to be attending Eurogamer this year, which is a shame because I've got a press pass for the 2 days of the weekend. But I'm not going to be able to afford travel to get there because it's going to cost me about 50 quid to get there, 50 quid back, and it's 2 days. So there and back, there and back, there and back. Or I go there, stay somewhere, then come back, which is probably going to cost about the same. So it's kind of a nightmare planning all this quite late. I should have really done it really early in the year. But I'm going to do that next year because I've got to go next year because Need for Speed 2015 is launching next year and I've got to make sure that I am going to ask Marcus Nielsen once again if there's going to be progression. Yeah, okay. But you get what I mean. I need to go next year. Next year I will plan, I'm going to plan from the beginning of next year to go, save some money towards the side just for this because I really should have from the beginning of this year, but it's not been a great year for me. And yeah, so once again, if I did go, I probably wouldn't be able to get any games whatsoever at all. Like, probably wouldn't even be able to get this graphics card. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame indeed. I would like to next year, maybe go to Gamescom as well. I'd like to eventually get to a point where I can go to all these events. I think that'd be pretty awesome, I'd be able to give my expert opinion on all the racing games coming out. And, it gives you details on how they come along between each event. And I want to get to that stage. I think that would be an awesome stage to get to. But it's going to be a while until I get to that stage, I think. Quite a while. So, moving on to questions here. Question from Chris Kennedy and Wi-Fi Hound. They're basically asking, what car do I have? He said, also, what is your current car? And Wi-Fi Hound asked, do you have a car? And if so, what is it? And if not, what car do you think you might end up with? Now, I don't have a car currently, not because I can't afford a car, can't afford the insurance, it's because I can't afford to learn to drive. So I'm right at the bottom of the thing here, so once I'm able to learn to drive and then get a car, I'll definitely be, sharing that with you guys, showing, me I'll ask, oh yeah, can I record me learning to drive? No, that would be absolutely terrible. That would be awful. That's an awful idea, Theo. Why would I even think of that? But I'll be sure to do kind of videos on the car and, you know, vlogs in the car and that sort of thing, because I like cars. And I'll be driving quite a bit because it's just fun to drive, and I've always wanted to do that. It's just a cool thing to be able to, you know, I'm off out for a drive. Or I'm off to Asda. But yeah, so I don't know what a car I'd get. Obviously, eventually, I want to get to one point where I can just get an M3 and make it exactly. You know why I would want an M3. You know why I'd want an M3. But there's always cars I've wanted to own, like the R34, which is kind of expensive. But you know, I've always wanted an R34, 350Z, just cars like this. I've always kind of liked. But for the first car, not gonna get any of those. I don't think. Don't think it's actually possible, because I would be murdered by insurance costs, and probably be left on the street homeless. But I think my first car will probably have to be some hatchback thing. But for me, I think I'd go for an older hatchback, even a CRX if I had to, because I don't like hatchbacks that much. They look a bit girly to me and too round and bubbly, and it's just, if I had to go with a hatchback, a newer hatchback. It's not a hatchback, but I'd have to go with a Sirocco, which is a coupe, but I doubt I'll be able to afford that either with the insane insurance costs here, so quite annoying. But I'd want an old car, but at the same time I'd want a new car because I like all the technology and stuff being there, and yeah, I don't know, I like Bluetoothing songs to my car. I don't know, we'll see. So we got a question from Louis DeBoz, who was asking, what GPU are you trying to get? So I'm trying to get an R9 270X next week, and if I'm obviously able to, hopefully I will. But what I want to get is a R9 280X, or two of them, and crossfire them on a whole new PC build, hopefully next year or the year after. Because I want to put, you know, a lot of money into a build to keep it going, you know, obviously pump out videos faster, record games, triple monitor, 1080 pixels, 1440p, 4K monitor. I want to put a lot of money into a build at some point, but I'm not going to be able to do that right now because I'm not able to even consider trying to attempt to begin the build of the PC. So there's that. So I'm probably going to butcher your name. Is it Mr. Tarquiz? He's basically asking, what's in my pocket now? Oh. Cheap 3D glasses from cinema. The reason for that is because I was moving stuff around when I was getting ready to record this. That's why, yeah, I'm gonna have, yeah, I thought so. You caused this. So Tunas was asking, do I consider myself a petrolhead? And yes is the answer. Obviously I consider myself a petrolhead, though I'm not as into F1 and NASCAR. I'm not into the sports around it, but I love cars themselves. But yeah, I consider myself a petrolhead, though I'm not the type to be like, oh, screw electric cars and all that, because electric cars are really what's going to keep it going, because after a certain point we're going to run out of these resources and we need some way to kind of keep it, you know, keep the cars going. Otherwise, would you prefer them to just stop constantly? You know, it's kind of, yeah. But my bets are on water-powered cars in the future and stuff. But hopefully they make some noise, because otherwise I'll miss the noises that are made. I'll just pretend, you know, make up noises. Don't make it Gran Turismo noises. Just like, you know, the car, I can't remember what it was. It was on Top Gear and it played sound through the speakers. Do that. Then I'll be alright. And it has to play them outside as well. It's got to do that. But yeah, I consider myself a petrolhead. So Ibrahim Sayab basically asked me, when did I start liking the SLS? And I actually believe it was most fun in 2012. Which is kind of embarrassing, but I never really saw the car in a game before. Like, I saw it in Hot Pursuit. Was it in Hot Pursuit? I think it was in Hot Pursuit. I saw it in that, and I was never really like, oh my god, I love this thing, because I never really drove it, I don't think. I never really looked through the list and thought, oh, it's a Mercedes, I like that Mercedes, it's got the big booty like the SLS. But no, as soon as I started playing Most Wanted in 2012, and I saw that thing in white, and I was like, damn, she fine. But that is it for the Ramble vlog today, guys. Thank you very much. I don't know why I'm picking these up. Thank you very much for watching the Ramble vlog today, guys. As I said, leave your questions down below. If you wish to help me be able to get these games later this year and maybe towards my graphics card and such, let me know by donating. There's a link in the description as well. Every little helps. I sound like fucking Tesco. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you. I don't know what that was. I'll see you in the next video, guys. And obviously submit your artwork. Peace.